And here's the interesting thing on that. As a woman, if you do ask a guy out, actually your chances compared to men, your chances of getting a positive response are actually very high compared to when a guy asks a woman out. you have a much higher likelihood of it being a good reception from the guy if you ask him out, whereas like a lot of dudes have to play the number game. We get fucking rejected. I'll say this, like, and I brought this up I think on our podcast. When it comes to dating apps, for example, for most men on dating apps, I'd say that 80% of men, the bottom 80%, maybe bottom 70% of men, being on a dating app is like playing Russian roulette with your self-esteem. And every chamber of the cylinder is loaded. So it's a foregone conclusion as a guy. Here's motorcycle guy again. Foregone conclusion that you're gonna get destroyed on the dating app as a guy. That's most men's experience. So, but anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. If you want to continue with your paying, I think it was like, and you're saying,
paying.
Men, whoever asked should pay, and then you went into saying,
if you get asked out,
but
whoever
women aren't.
No, yeah. Again, I'm fine with paying. Again, if I see there's something going forward with it, then I'll be like, hey, I'll pay. But if it's such a gray area, because I want to say, it should be 50-50 on a date, but at the same time, I don't know, there's something fulfilling about paying for like an expensive dish, but then looking back at your bank account and being like, fuck.
I always fight for the check. I always fight for it.
But do you win ever?
I have.
Or is it like a gesture? Is it like a...
She dates homeless guys. She's winning. She's winning.
Yeah. There you go.
I will say I don't mind paying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. If you want to continue, if you want to continue with your...
I wouldn't mind 50-50 because I get that it's fair, but also it is nice having the guy pay.
Yeah.
I do offer, like, are you sure? And I would 100% be okay with it. I'm not going to say it if I'm not okay with it. And if he's like, yeah, and I'll be like, okay. But if he's like, no, like, don't worry about it. Like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Everyone agree with that? So you'd prefer to have the guy pay on the date. Let me ask, so he asks you on the date, but the check comes and he says, hey, let's get separate checks. Are you going to feel a certain type of way about that?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wait, I thought you said you fight for the check, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd rather pay for it all and not.
Oh, and you'd rather, okay.
I'd rather pay for it all.
But you'll still be interested in the guy?
Yeah.
Even if you pay for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I said...
I think you said...
No. Wait, what was the question?
Yeah,
sorry.
If a guy asks you out,
Yeah.
you get dinner, whatever it may be. You get dinner, and then he says, hey, let's get separate checks.
Yeah.
Are you going to feel a certain type of way about that?
No, I don't think so.
You wouldn't mind?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, if he asked me out and asked for separate checks, like, at the end of the date, I mean, I'd pay. Like, I don't care, but it would just kind of be like, oh, like, that's not really what you expected.
I, wouldn't say no. Like, again, I'd be okay with that. But then I feel like it is something to consider. Like, it's not an immediate, like, I'm never going to hang out with this guy again. But it is just something, like, to consider the fact that he asked you out and then he brought up separate checks.
Yeah, especially if you're like going somewhere like Chick-fil-A. I'm not splitting half it with you. You ask me out. If it's somewhere nice, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Wait,
if it's
so
somewhere nice.
if it's cheap, you want him to pay, but if it's expensive, then you're gonna pay?
No. Like, I'd understand if it was cheap and he asked to split it and it was like a $25 meal, I'd be like, why did you ask me out then if you couldn't afford that? But if it's somewhere like very nice and you're having like issues, that's fine. But I don't know. I think you should be aware of your circumstances sometimes, because like, what if the other person can't afford it? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It's really just depending on where we're going, and at the same time, like, I don't mind because I don't really go on dates with the intention of the guy has to pay.
I've gone to Chick-fil-A and just paid.
I think it's a flex. I think it's a flex. You know.
I agree with you, but as an egalitarian. By the way, y'all said you were feminists,
With the
but
definition, yeah.
when it comes to who should pay on the first date, how do you
It's
reconcile?
whoever asks.
Who
Yeah,
asked?
that's
If
what
I
I
asked a
said.
guy on a date, I would pay for that
Yes.
date. Like dead ass.
Why would you ask someone, can you go to dinner with me?
If I'm
And
saying,
then,
hey, do you want to? Oh, you go.
there you go.
You started. You go. Okay.
But okay, if you're with a friend, if you're with
He
a
said,
friend
"I'll go."
and you're just like, hey, do you want to grab dinner? Are you gonna pay for your friend's dinner? If you
Well, the friend, it's different.
If it's a friend,
Like, when you
we're
go
going
out-
in knowing it's you pay for yourself.
Or even like,
you split it if it's
Or
a friend.
50-50 if you're splitting.
what we even do
something.
sometimes now is just like, I'll take this when you get the next
Yeah.
one.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
That's my
That's
favorite
it.
thing to do.
I agree with a lot of
Does
things.
this fit with your egalitarian mindset?
Okay, I mean, so I have a
I'm
take that
getting-
pisses both
I know.
men and women off on this
Yeah,
one.
that's
Controversial.
Because
Let's
here's
hear
the
it.
you do make a good point, Luke, and yes, it's not going to hurt you to pay for the date. It might have some little benefit. I mean, it does put you in a bit more of a leadership position to pay for it, and you're demonstrating that, you know, kind of the provisioning thing, providing. But oh man, I can't do it, guys. I can't. There's a few scenarios where I am willing to pay, but I think you should each pay your own bill, because one, foodie calls. People are just not. People are not going in, and I've had these experiences. People are not genuinely going on dates with. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they're not going in with like a genuine interest.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a girl will just be like, I guess I'll go. I'm kind of bored. There will be girls that just want a free meal. That's happened to a lot of dudes. Like they just want a free meal. To me, that doesn't make sense to do that time-wise, but I guess it happens, especially if I don't do dinner dates, by the way, but even if it's just for a drink, we each get 2 drinks, a glass of wine.
That's a lot.
Yeah, wait, what?
That's expensive.
Eh,
Drinks are expensive.
Yeah,
it's
drinks
like
get
$10 a
expensive.
drink. I mean, but still, yeah, you can pay. You can pay you'll pay for yours, I'll pay for mine.
There was
I mean,
The only exception I'll do it, and by the way, so if I'm dating women within my age cohort, older professional women, then yes, I'm gonna say, hey, we're gonna split. But if I'm dating someone younger, 18, 19, 20, 21, then I'll pay. And if I'm in a relationship with her and I say, hey, I want to go to Hawaii, let's go, I'm going to pay for the whole thing.
yes.
But if I'm dating a litigation attorney, we're going to split that vacation and shit.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to split that up, you know. But if she wants to pay for me, though, okay.
Yeah.
There's no. I'm waiting for the female simps out there, though. There's.
I was gonna say something on the first date thing, and like I don't think I've ever taken a girl out to a restaurant on a first date. It's always been something fun and interactive. Like
yeah, because
It's so basic.
Yeah.
it's not
you don't
even
wanna
that.
just
It's just
sit
kind of
there.
like
It's awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah, dinner dates are bad.
And then you
don't do dinner
can
dates.
also kind of see like if you go to the beach or go on a hike, like
Sunset walk.
Exactly. it's much more interactive. Number
And
one,
intimate.
and
Yeah.
intimate,
Yeah.
and it's free.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can actually see them without like being like, "Fuck, am I just paying for some like
Yeah,
foodie thing?"
yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you like them, you can say, hey, do you want to get something to eat after
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go get ice cream
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I'd much rather go like to the beach with someone than like
100%.
A
yeah.
horror movie, is it?
I'm on a
Oh,
first
yeah, I
date.
love
We got
going to
tattoos.
movies.
Movies are the worst
No,
first
they're the
date.
best.
They're
You
the worst. I
can't
hate
talk
'em.
to them.
I hate 'em.
Yeah, you
Not
can't
like-
talk.
Okay,
No,
I-
you're
I
just
agree.
staring at the screen.
You're not
and
even
you can't
looking
talk.
at each
Okay, but,
other.
like,
You're facing.
you can't get to know
different
him. You
directions
can't
for the
do
same
anything.
It's
like,
yeah, I think
They're
for a
trying to
first
make
Not
a
date,
for a
move.
I
first
agree.
date, but in general, like for
yeah,
a date.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
But
first
not
date.
on the
Yeah,
first
no,
date.
not
Not
the
getting to
first
know
date.
each other. Yeah.